Hi everybody, it's Amy at Crafty Cat, and I'm here as promised to do a flip through of my design team project for Denise at Wondubar Crafts. I used her Winter's Whisper digi, so let's do a flip through of this little mini. I think she turned out pretty cute. This is Denise's beautiful snippet roll. She does such a nice job with sewing, and I just stitched it onto some lace, and a lot of you know that already. I tied it with some nice icy blue sari silk. And then this is a old tablecloth that Sammy Jared sent me in Happy Mail, so I went ahead and used that. It was kind of a good color, and I was going to put something on the color, but with the lace here, and I really want this kind of to be the focus, I just didn't want to put anything else on there. I just liked it the way it was. So you open it. Oh, let's measure real quick. She's 4 by 5.5, 4 by 5.5, and the spine is 2 inches. All right. So on the inside, I covered it with a little batting and fabric, and then some snowflake burlap trim. And there's a little like library type pocket here, and I just stamped it with some ticket stamps, and there's a little piece of work basket magazine there. It kind of had a snowflake look, Tim Holtz, and then this is Dreams Etc., and just some eyelet lace. And then I put in one of Denise's library cards, and I just decorated the bottom. I think I did that one on video, so you can see that. And then this is just a piece of ephemera, an old typewriter, and I just inked it, so that goes right in there. And then this is Denise's beautiful Winter's Whisper digi. These are super pretty papers. I just backed them, a lot of them, with some stamping or that paint technique that I did. And this is avocado dye. I think this is her digi, yeah. This is the avocado dye digi that Denise has in her shop, so you can check that out because it comes out beautiful. And this is Grammy's Keepsakes coffee dyed paper. That's also super cool to get that design like that. And then that's Denise, and I just inked the back of that one for writing. And then this is out of a Work Basket magazine, and that's one of Denise's. I just put a little lace there, and then that has the paint and the little like pieces of book page and things like that, and I did a video on that. And then this is one of Denise's. I just cut the circle, added just a little trim there, and that's one of her circle pieces, and I backed it with some Grammy's Keepsake coffee dye. Oops. And then this is just a piece of ephemera that I had in my stash. And this is on that old, or not old, but painter's masking paper. And this is Grammy's Keepsake, Denise's avocado dye digi. And this is just a little kind of, I mean, it's not an altered paper clip because the paper clip is on the outside and it's just holding it. You can take the paper clip off, but I just did kind of a little collage on one of Denise's library cards and inked it. And then this is actual avocado dye paper from Denise. That she just does an amazing job on that avocado dyeing. So I got the coffee shaky hands. And this is a old piece of a lace collar that Denise gave me that I added on there, and just some fluff so it hangs out the side of the journal. This was some stationery that I had with lines on it, and it's kind of got some little dots and things in the paper. And this is that coffee dye, or like, I can't remember what they call it, like vintage paper stationery from Amazon. And this is Denise, this avocado, or not avocado dye, oh my goodness, her digi. And I did some stenciling there. And this is avocado dye, her graph paper with the lines on one side. And then one of Denise's file folder type cards, I turned it into a pocket. And then this is just a piece of ephemera that I had that I stamped and inked. And then this is one of her little envelopes. And then this is my digi old paper. And that's the same old digi, or old paper. I've mixed 1 and 2, so, but I think these are both out of 1. This is Denise's paper, and I stamped the back and inked it. And this we did the other day together, that frame from In Love Arts shop. And then this is just the image I had, birds. And avocado dyed, actually I think this was Denise's Kool-Aid dye that she made me, or I bought a pack from her around spring because it's got the dots on it. And this is another piece of Denise's snippet roll. And then I just did a little altered piece of ephemera that I had. And the music paper, and I stamped that. That's the other side of that paper. This is my old paper digi, And then this is that pocket that we made together that flips open, so you can still write here and you can write right there. And then I finally got an eyelet in it, and I kind of messed up putting the eyelet in, which isn't surprising. I don't know why I struggle with that sometimes. This goes on this side, that's why. And then there's a tag there. We did that one together. Just slips down in there. So that pocket is from In Love Arts shop. And avocado dye paper. And Denise's digi. And I only used her Winter's Whisper, so if you want the digi, that's the only one I used in there of hers. And there's lots of writing space. I like to keep lots of writing space because I figure that's the whole point. And another one of her file folder pockets, and I made this tag to go in there, and that's on that cabbage dyed kind of cottony paper that my niece gave me for Christmas. And just an image that I got on New York Public Library, and some snowflakes on some transparency paper in there. And that's that pink paper again. And then this is another one that I painted with the gold paint and white paint and added the like book pages, but you can write right over that because it's pretty clear. And there's some lace on there. That's Denise's digi. This is work basket page. And that's Denise's digi, and Grammy's keepsake, avocado, Denise's digi, and this is the second signature. There's 3 signatures in this. And Grammy's keepsake. And this was out of that typing book that Sammy Jared sent me. In Happy Mail. So awesome. I love that, Samantha. Thank you. And work basket. And then some more of Denise's paper. And then this is my old paper, the first one. And that's the second old paper digi kit. And this is Denise's. And work basket. And then her digi with some lace. And again, a painted page. And avocado dye digi, and one of those snowflake stickers from In Love art shop. Kind of looks like a snowflake. Grammy's keepsake. Music paper that's been avocado dyed. My old paper digi. Painter's masking paper. This is that die that I got from In Love Art Shop, the latticey one, and I just cut a piece off and backed it with some of that paper that my niece gave me for Christmas. And, you know, one of Denise's stamps and a piece of trim. And then this is a altered old postcard. Well, it's not old, it's from a piece of ephemera that I had. It just didn't have anything on it, so I added all those little bits and pieces. And that's one of Denise's stamps. I stamped over it. And then avocado dye, center of the signature, and there's just a tag in there. And then that's just coffee dye paper. This is one of these that I got from my niece, and I just folded the sides in, you know, to make, I scored it and fold the sides in just to make like a little pocket here. And it does open up here, but I kind of just like the things in the front, but you can do it either way. And then I just collaged all over the front of that. And there's a tea card from Tracy Fox, and this is a piece of Denise's ephemera with a little piece of that old lace collar, and then I added a piece of, I think that's Rachel at Roxy Creations, one of her old letters on there. I just kind of like this stuff tucked in that bottom pocket, but it is open, so stuff can go in the back too. And then this is coffee dyed, or sorry, my old paper digi, and avocado dye, Grammy's keepsake, avocado dye digi. There's the paint. So there's lots of room to write in here, for sure. And that's just been stenciled on the edge and inked. And that's her. I love that. Those little girls and that, so cool. And then another piece of the typing paper, and avocado dyed paper digi, and Grammy's keepsake digi coffee dye. This is just stencil, and this is the third little piece of paper. Third signature. And Grammy's keepsake there. And then this is a belly band. It's one of Denise's tags. I just turned it into a belly band, and I put in a piece of her paper, and I backed it with Grammy's keepsake just to write on. That just tucks right in there. Oops, I think I need to do it this way. Tucks in there, and then there's a little pocket here that has one of the round circles and then one of the stamps from Denise's digi, just tucked in there. And typing paper. And then I just added this little tag on here, sewed a piece of old vintage rickrack up there. And then more of Denise's paper with some lace, and that's the other side all painted. And then this is the other end of that stationery with the lines. It's kind of a wintry, snowy look. And then avocado dye and my old paper digi, old paper. This is that paper that I get from Amazon. This is a charm that I got in Happy Mail. And then this is avocado dyed, and I just added one of Denise's, you know, the, my goodness, like tag topper things. And there's that one went much better. I got that eyelid in nicely. And then this is that painter's masking paper with one of those stickers on it from In Love Arts. And avocado dye. And then this is the one that we did the other day together with the Edith Holden book page, and then this latticey die cut. Those are both die cuts from In Love Arts. I added a piece of my glittery paper background and two kids from Paper Dolls from Tim Holtz, and I just put in one of, sorry, I was a little stuck there, Denise's tags with that manila paper on the back. So that just tucks in there, and I didn't put a topper on the tag because, you know, it's tucking in this pocket and it fits just perfectly. So, and my old paper digi, and this is avocado dye, Grammy's keepsake digi, avocado dye digi from Denise. It's Denise's Winter's Whisper. This is that cool dye that I got from In Love Arts shop, and I think, again, like I said, if you backed that, you could definitely make it a tuck. I was just worried about making it a tuck and it ripping or something, because, you know, it's kind of lacy. Denise's paper, Denise's avocado dye. That's the actual avocado dye. And then this is that pocket that we made together with the snowflakes and that from In Love Arts shop. And then a tag, a little flower up at the top. And typing paper, and a little piece of Denise's digi, and I stamped it, and avocado dye digi, Grammy's keepsake, Denise, and that's the back. And then I didn't want to put a pocket on this because I wanted you to be able to see. I covered up a whole lot of it there, so I just thought I wanted to keep it like that. So that is her. And she will go off to her new home. She's been spoken for, so Thank you for all your support. I so appreciate all of you. So that one is all done, and like I said, Denise, super talented, so go check her out for sure, because her videos, she shows how to do a lot of her cool quilting stuff. She's gotten a camera on her sewing machine, so she's been showing, you know, how to make like that raggedy binding that she did not too long ago on that beautiful journal that she sent me for Christmas. So just, she does a great job. So go check her out, and definitely check out her digis because they're fabulous. I'm going to put this away and we will work some more on our stash busting that we were working on yesterday. So, and I'm just using this mat because I'm doing a lot of gluing and I don't want to really get glue all over my new one. I'm sure I will be breaking it in soon with that, but I just figure I might as well use this one for gluing and stuff since it's already got messed up and everything. So what I've done is I cut down, this is some of that manila paper that's been coffee dyed, and it doesn't, like, well, I probably didn't leave it long enough, but it doesn't like take as much of the coffee dye, it seems like to me, which is surprising because it's kind of a porous paper, but it does get almost like an old parchment or some sort of feel to it to me. It changes the feel of it. It makes it less soft. It's a little bit more stiff, I guess you'd call it. But anyway, I coffee dyed it and then just stitched it together in kind of a little notepad, and there's only like 4 sheets in there because I don't want to make this so thick that, you know, you can't do anything with it. So, and then I just inked up, I backed this in these 2 postcards because we're going to make a pocket up here. So that's where we're at. So we need to get this side all covered. That's the side from yesterday. So let's see, and I'm not sure what I want to make a pocket out of. I might end up doing it out of some of the lace from Gail Augustinelli. I think this one would make a cool pocket, so I think that's what we'll do, but we'll work on that in a minute. We need to get the background covered first. So I'm going to put all those trims back up here where they were so I can get to my other papers. And so I had a lovely lady asking me to show how I organize my digitals, you know, and it's really, I don't even know that I would call it organization because to me it just seems like a mess, but I just put different digitals from different artists in their own folder. So like if I get something from Medieval Mirage, I put it in its own folder. If I get something from Shabby Dabby Doo Dah, I put it in its own folder, you know, like that. Gail, all her stuff goes in one folder. And then all I have is just a big flat plastic container. It's really big. And I just stack them in there like, like that. And I do that for each one of my digis too. And the reason I do each one of my digis in a separate folder of its own is because when I make them all by hand, and so I keep all the originals in there, and so it tends to get too thick to like have all my digis together because they're not just, you know, flat pieces of paper. So that's how I do it. And then when I organize my scraps, like just my scrapbook paper scraps, I put them all in like large plastic bags based on their color. So like I have one for just reds and pinks and, you know, that whole thing. So that's kind of how I do it. And then I have a big box that they go in upright so that they aren't getting, you know, mashed or anything. So it's not a great system, but at least it semi-organizes them to the point where they're not all just everywhere together. So these are all Medieval Mirage, obviously, but just in case you're new or don't know, she does some beautiful, beautiful papers. So I'm putting all these here, just trying to go through, figure out which ones I might want to use for this particular piece. I think I want to use another piece of that. I had 2 of those, so I might use that. I don't know. Kind of trying to stick to that manila paper just because, oh my goodness, my cats are gonna, Jules doesn't want to be bugged by Pasha right now, so she's gonna hiss at him, and he wants to play, so he always wants to play, and she usually doesn't, so they have their tiffs over that. Yeah, my cat meowing and all that yesterday was funny because a lot of people commented on that. She is the most jabbery cat I have ever had. She talks and talks and talks more than any cat I have ever had. And sometimes she loves Pasha, but most of the time she hates him, so it's kind of one of those things. Sorry, this is such a mess. That's why I want to use some of these up, because I don't want them to get bent, messed up, and it just needs to happen. So I think I'm good with that. It's amazing how much you can, you know, print and you use parts of, but you end up with so much left over. So it's kind of crazy. I'm going to use this one for sure. That one's kind of cool. That one would be good down here at the bottom because I kind of just wanted a writing space down here. Oh, you probably can't see down here. This is a long envelope, and Denise was mentioning how she never gets cool, you know, mail like that. And right now I've just been getting loads of stuff from colleges because my daughter and my son's actually started getting them too. So that's where I've been getting the coolest stuff. But I think you could, you know, sort of make things a little bit like a lot of these. You know, just by folding larger pieces of paper up. I mean, I know this one's like way long. I don't even know what this one is. It's 12 inches to there. So see, you wouldn't, unless you had one of those really long sheets of paper, you probably couldn't do like a 3-fold, but you could definitely do a 2-fold one and just do like a regular envelope top, and that would be cool too. I mean, it doesn't have to be 3, it's just what this happened to be. So let's do the flap first, and I think I'm gonna use this again. I want this piece down here. I don't think I have. Oh, Pasha. I have a laundry chute upstairs for the kids, and he likes to try to get it open all the time. I don't know why, but he's fascinated by that. Oh, this piece of lace is pretty too. I'm trying to figure out what goes with what best. That one would be good, but it would cover a lot of the image. If I like that one or that other one I was looking at. I like that better. And I think I could use not quite that deep of a pocket with this one. I'm going to do something like that. So see, just changed my mind like 3 times in the space of a few minutes. So I want to get mostly these flowers, I think. So I'm just going to kind of go for it. And I may end up just putting something else down lower because I mostly want this, like I said. Oh, you too, stop. I don't know why he won't leave her alone when she starts out. It's just like kids. Sorry. They're like right down by my feet too. Like, could you go fight with each other somewhere else? They never hurt each other, and she just makes more noise than necessary because she wants him to go away. He's just a big dope. And I think I just want like a piece, and then we'll do something else, and you know, collage. Alright, so I need my ink. I hope you're all having an awesome weekend so far. It's been pretty nice around here. We went and saw the new Star Wars movie yesterday when my husband got off work. It was actually very good. It was much better than the last one that I saw. I just don't feel like they told us anything on the last one. If you're a Star Wars fan, if you're not, you're probably not caring. But this one was definitely very good. They did a really good job, and I felt like it harkened back a little bit to the old ones better. You know, it like seemed more like it went with it, or I don't know how to describe what I'm saying, but I just liked it a lot. It was really good. Oh yeah? That's Pasha. Here, I told people he hardly talks. And he doesn't a ton, but every once in a while he's looking in the mirror in the hallway. Talking to himself. Because he's dopey like that. Okay. So if I want just a portion like that. I do see I'm off on a tangent now. Bear with me. I'm gonna tear down that edge a tiny bit. That's not gonna do it on there. Super picky about the little pieces, and then I can just trim that little other piece off. So yeah, they did an excellent job, I felt like. I mean, I'm not a huge sci-fi type person, but I always liked Star Wars. I loved it when it came out when I was a kid, and so I've, you know, kind of kept up with that one. My husband and my son, they'll love all that sci-fi stuff. My daughter likes it a lot too. Tear that wherever. I just think I need to figure this out before I put these ones on, because I might have to do something to the right there where it bends, so I'm not sure. I need to see what else I can put there. I'm just not finding what I want, basically. Might be kind of cool to have this, like, just a portion of it. Oh, it's not going to come down further with that. Yeah, I think I'm going to do something like that. Where's my pencil? Who knows? It's going to be bumpy because this paper is bumpy, and I think I'm going to cut it out just like I did the other one. I just bumped it. I need to come further down that side, but I'm going to come all the way up the side, so it'll be fine. So I was pretty impressed. So if you are into it and you haven't seen it, it's definitely worth seeing. I wasn't sure after the last one. I really didn't like the last one very much. But this was much better. I didn't cut that out very good, did I? I'll have to put something underneath there because I do not want to see the purple. So let's see what we can sneak under there. I think I'm just going to kind of do this paper. And I know it's upside down, but it's not really a big deal because you're mostly just going to end up seeing the like old paper portion of it, so I'm not worried about that. I just don't want to, and I'll cut around the top too once I get it on there. You get a lot. Because I don't have another piece of that with that castle on it. How to fix your boo-boos, right? That is the awesomest part about the whole, that's a word, about junk journaling, because I feel like you can, you know, fix things, and I don't know, I just like that. Because there's a lot of arts and crafts things that are not nearly as forgiving as junk journaling is. I've done a lot of them. See, she hisses at him and acts like she doesn't want to play with him, and then she goes over my cat and bats him in the face. So then you think she wants to play, so now she's growling at him again. I'm telling you, those two. I feel like I can't get close enough with these, and I don't like the way that is. There's that bit. Match that up just like that. You can also, if you get those like bigger booklets for junk mail that fold out, I don't think I have one here, but you know, they're like this, they open and there's another piece of junk mail. You could fold one of those into this kind of a configuration and then do an envelope cut at the top if you get that. You know, I get those quite often. They're just flat and have a fold in the middle, and something like that would work too. Or you could even, if you get the big envelopes in the mail, you could open them up completely and make like a 3-fold type thing out of them. I mean, you have to alter the folds, but once you put scrapbooking paper over the top of them, or, you know, digis or whatever, you're not going to know that there were folds somewhere else, if that makes sense. So that might be an idea, and I know that's sticking out, so I'll have to go over that too with something. Because I know these kind of things that don't come very often. Yeah, my son's taking a class at BSU right now, so he's started getting college mail already, and he's got 2 years left in high school. It's like, oh boy, we're going to have mail coming out of our ears. Just kind of tear that little bit off right there. Oh, and I took him to the doctor, like I said yesterday, and his ear wasn't infected or anything. It's, which I kind of mentioned, the earbuds, wearing headphones and earbuds and all that all the time. Because I have the same problem, I can't wear them all the time, and it's a sensitive ear issue because of the pressure that they put in your ear. So, he's not happy about that because, you know, that's his deal, that's what he does. Is lots of tech type stuff, even at school, so they were saying if they have to, they'll write him an accommodation for like being in a quiet room by himself so he can have the computer playing without wearing earbuds and all that. The stuff, I tell you. So anyway, but at least, I mean, I'm glad it wasn't an infection for sure, because nobody wants that. I'm going to wait till that dries. That doesn't cut well when it's wet, so I'm just going to let it dry and then I'll cut the edges even. Alright, so I wanted that other piece that I tore originally before I went on a tangent. If I can find it now. You guys probably know exactly where I set it, and I don't. Oh, it's right there in front of my face. Yeesh. See, this was the dilemma I was having. I wanted to make sure I put it where I want it, kind of thing. And I think I'll use this down here because I know you're not going to see everything down here, so I'm not that worried. It's the bottom of that dictionary page, which I love that dictionary. It's so cool. Just going to put that there. And then I think I'll put, I don't know, something cool right there. Like just a piece of old letter might be kind of cool. I think this is one of Rachel at Roxy Creations' old letters. So don't stress if you don't get the you know, edges covered completely perfectly, because it doesn't really matter, because you can do things like this and it looks neat, you know. Adds more character. Oops, that's upside down. Let's get it down, actually. Let's try to get it right up. It doesn't, right there, it just, to move it up a little bit, because it's like, still doesn't want to cover that entirely, does it? That's alright. This one, I'm making such a mess with the glue that I already have to cover this one. Oh, you know what? I could scoot out a little bit. Oopsie. Because I scooted in for the to just show you that journal with Denise's Love Day paper. Scoot this up just a bit because I want them to meet. Oh, scoot over a little. Sorry, I just moved the whole mat, didn't I? I have to ink pretty good right there because I got that purple showing. Okay. And now our pocket, which I think I'm going to just kind of tear this. I don't know if I want it going. I might just tear this off. And again, this is Gail Augustinelli's lace, one of her lace trims. I'm just going to tear some off the top because I don't want it quite that tall. I think I'm going to do the width first because I might want that for something else. Actually, do I want to, I think I might want to score. I'm going to give a little extra because I think I'm going to score and fold over the sides just a little bit. And that way it'll have at least a bit of a gusset, not anything major, but just a little bit. That doesn't matter. Let's see. Got all my rulers running around here. 6 3/4. So let's see. I left a lot on the sides. I can still take some more off. I stink at this kind of stuff, so let's do an inch from that line. I'm just using my mat here. And then I can score them at, like, you know, 1/2 inch or so each, which is actually kind of a lot still. But let's see what it looks like. We can always take more off. I finally got my scoreboard. Denise was pleased I got it because she was thinking about getting me one. Don't you ever do that. She's horrible. Horrible. I mean, she's awesome, but she's a bad girl. Okay, so do this side at 1/2. And I'm going to turn it around. It's just easier for me to do it that way. I haven't totally gotten used to this thing yet, so it's all a new adventure. I know I was supposed to score on the other side. I'm bad at that too. To make the fold not crack, but luckily this didn't crack, so yay. Yep, that looks just about perfect. I think it'll be fine with that 1/2 inch. I don't think that's a big deal. I could trim a tiny bit off, I guess, just so it's not more bulk. That's the issue, is the bulk. Alright, let's get that inked. I think that looks cool. Actually, what I might want to do is get the paper that I'm going to put down here to come up, just so I don't have like any weird gaps. So before I glue this down, since we know where it's going, I'm going to go ahead and keep going down with the collage. All the things you got to think about, right, when you're doing this. So we have that ready. We'll just keep collaging on down. Another piece of this. My goodness, it's getting late already. I'm telling you, the days just fly. I don't even know why it seems so. And I think I'm just going to do it just like that. And this I am going to collage entirely, and then I'll cut that slit again because it's going to have that paper there, but it'll still be able to lift up because I'm not going to glue that last page down entirely. I'm just going to glue the top where the stitching is down. So and feel free to fast forward here anywhere, obviously, because I know this can get a little bit boring. And this does get a little stiff, so you gotta, once you're done and it's dry, kind of play with it a little bit to, you know, get it loosened up again. I like these pages that Joff does too, because they're just everything all mixed up, you know what I mean? So I think I might just do kind of like that. Yeah, because that'll go over that fold, so you're not going to be able to see this. I'm just going to tear a tiny bit off the bottom. And this side over here too. Yeah, it's like a mixture of all kinds of her digis just all together on a page. It looks kind of cool. And she does whole kits, you know, where you can like make an entire journal. She does the covers and everything. So, you know, if you just want just Medieval Mirage or whatever, you can start like that. I kind of like to do these sort of random things where I use, you know, lots of her stuff together. And we've talked and she kind of likes that, so, because she's got people that do, you know, the whole journal as part of her design team. But you can definitely mix the kits. I mean, they're totally mixable. Because these are all different ones, just pieces that I had left from making other things. These jagged edges. Oh, except I went too far, didn't I? Can I go this way? Yes. So that's what I'll do. And that edge needs to be torn a little bit. I want these to show up even more. She's very happy to see you. See, she's screaming at my son. She loves those kids. She just wants them messing with her 24/7. They have to close their doors to their rooms because she will like sleep on top of their heads and stuff like that. So it's like crazy cat. Alright, so this is going to be a little easier, I think, because I've already got this slit right here. That's pretty good. So remember, this is just the slot where our envelope goes. And again, if you're making your own, you could totally make that, you know. Probably should have waited till it was dry, but it seemed to cut okay, so. Because it's just a straight slit, so you could easily do that on an envelope or, you know, a piece of junk mail to make your own version. Alright, we're getting there, we're getting there. How long has it been? Ooh, 59. I'm running close, huh? Okay, I need one more piece here that's different. I don't really want to use that. A piece of this would be pretty. I'm just going to go all the way to the bottom with that one. You can definitely see the difference between the white paper and the manila paper. Yesterday I walked upstairs and I saw the cat on my son's lap. He was typing on the computer with both hands, and her paws were wrapped around his neck. She does that all by herself, like she just, oh gosh. She wants to be very close. She's kind of a thin cat. I think she gets cold, especially in the winter, and she just wants to mug everybody half to death. And she's got blankets, you know, around and stuff. It's not like that, but she just has to be part of it all. So if I put this on here, I'm not sure how much I need. I kind of want that tulip on there. At least part of it. I might kind of come like this. I don't need quite that high. Just kind of a writing spot, you know. Oh, did I turn too? Almost too low. Jeez. That was not good. Okay, so I'm gonna kind of just Turning it this way so you guys can actually see. Need more glue. You almost can't see once it's all the way down there. So I'm going to have to add a piece of something here because it's wanting to lift when I fold it. So we'll have to put a little piece of trim. I think I'm just going to do like a portion because I don't want it quite that thick. I mean, I guess it wouldn't really make a difference as far as the thickness of it goes. Oh, it's ripped it too short. Oh well, I think it'll be fine. I just want to hold that seam together. And if you don't want to deal with all that, just make sure your sheets cover over the folds completely. Getting sloppy because I'm trying to hurry. Getting glue everywhere. So I don't want to cover my tulip, obviously. Okay, so I'm not going to fold those just yet. I'm going to fold this over because it's a mess. But I'm going to go ahead and glue on my pocket first. Maybe. Pin was stuck. I need to go put this in boiling water so it'll, you know, clear out again. And let's see, which way did I want it? I think I want it this way. So I'm going to do my shaky hand all the way along there. Whoa. Jeez. That's just 1 cup of coffee. Imagine if I drank like 6 cups or something. Make sure it's up enough so that this fold doesn't get messed up. Okay, and so these can just tuck right in there. Luckily I did these already. And those are from Joff's, I think this was Boho Bohemian, I think is what that one is. Oh, and the lady is from that same one. She's just pretty peeking over the edge there. And this pad of paper is going to go here, but I want to get, I think I'm just going to wait on that fold. I'll worry about it in a minute. I just want to get this part done so you guys can kind of get the idea. And then I'll let you go. And so you could also like punch holes and put this on so that you could change out the paper like if you used it, but I just decided to make it permanent sort of a thing. You could also stitch it on there. Okay, so that'll fold over like that. And this one, I kind of feel like it needs to, oops, that's good. Goes like that. like that. And it's stiff. I had it folded over earlier though, so I know it will. Oopsie, is that what the problem is? Is she sticking up too high? Might be. That. I have a spot I need to fix. I can see it already. There we go. I need to fix that right there because it broke. So I'll put some washi over the top of that, and we need to trim those little bits. That's a fatty. So it might not be a great idea to fill it quite as full. But that's an easy thing to fix. And you know, it's kind of cool in a way because it looks all old. Unfolds and unfolds. And there's your paper. And a place to write. That needs to dry. So yeah, there's the whole shebang all done. So I hope you guys enjoyed that, and if you like my videos, please like and subscribe, and thank you so much for all your support and your kind comments. I really do appreciate it. I hope you have an awesome rest of your weekend, and we'll chat soon. Bye bye now.